Hello, and welcome to the Connect podcast. This show is all about helping you connect to your soul's calling so you can take action on it. Because the sweetest success is a blend of discovering your purpose with the inner drive to bring it to life. I'm Sheila Botelho, health coach, lifestyle entrepreneur, and mom of two, best known for my online wellness programs, mentoring, and self-love passion. Listen in for inspiring interviews, solo chats, and Q&A sessions that will move you past overwhelm towards what lights you up. Stop accepting good enough and go for your version of great in your health, business, and relationships. Let's get started. Hey there. So this is the beginning, episode 1. I'll start by sharing that I've always loved to dive deep into the lives of the people I meet. I'm fascinated by where they're from, how they've gotten to where they are, and what is inspiring them now. The common theme I've noticed is that there hasn't been a direct path to their destination. Instead, there have been detours, delays, and unexpected shifts in direction. I want to highlight that everyone's dream life looks different. The day-to-day experiences will vary wildly. I invite you to discover what kind of daily experiences fill you up the most. Is it a place you want to live? A new and nourishing way you want to engage with your loved ones? A cause you want to create awareness around and fund? A creative passion you want to explore for you and perhaps share with the world? Or a new way of working that uses your gifts to the max? If we haven't met before, I'll share a few highlights about myself. I was born and raised in rural Ottawa, Canada, in a little town called Cumberland, and later moved to Toronto and the surrounding area. I love music, travel, nature, healthy living, and human potential. My husband Peter and I recently celebrated 24 years of marriage and are raising 2 amazing sons together. We share a wellness business, and I'm a certified integrative nutrition health coach and wellness and mindset blogger. I've home educated my kids since they were 3, and this year there's a high schooler in the house. We are also home to our sweet cat, Basil. In future episodes, you'll hear more pieces of my story, but for now, I want to ask you, have you ever done this? Seen someone living fully in their gifts, expanding and appearing limitless, and then saying, I wish I could be like that. I'd love to have that kind of confidence, live there, have a relationship like they do, earn that kind of money, make that kind of impact. We love to compare ourselves, don't we? While it's motivating to have examples around us of what's possible, and I'm big on celebrating other people's successes, we also need to give ourselves space to determine what we truly want our lives to look like. I used to work for a personal development company. Among my responsibilities, I helped organize and run live seminars. One of the perks of this job was that I worked at the events, and when they were in full swing, I sat in on the sessions. I'll never forget one weekend event held by the lake in Toronto. I was about 20 years old and seated at one of a dozen round tables. You know, the ones that guests sit at during wedding banquets? I was surrounded by people mostly much older than I was who were wanting to expand their businesses. There was one segment of the first evening that had us answer the question, what do you want your life to look like in 5 years? I know, you've probably heard that question many times in your professional life. It often refers to what track you want to be on, what kind of income you want to earn, and how many assets you want to have. Here I was at 20 years old and just getting started. I lived in a tiny apartment and didn't even own my first car yet. I had heard that question before, but had never been directly asked to write down my answer to that question. I pondered, where should I want to be by age 25? What had other people achieved by then? So I jotted down some thoughts like having my own car, a bigger apartment, and a promotion at work. Next, we were asked to share our vision with the people at our table. Wait, what? I had to share with these strangers what I wanted in 5 years? That was a little intimidating, considering one of the women at my table was elegantly dressed and had just stepped out of a convertible Jaguar an hour before. Fortunately, everyone was so excited to share their vision that I didn't have to go first. I listened intently while each person shared some very big ideas. Most were business owners who were innovating and leading teams. I became vividly aware of the difference in the size of our visions. When my turn came and I hesitantly shared, the group was very supportive. They told me how much they would have loved to be in that growth environment when they were 20 and how further ahead they'd be. Over the course of the weekend, these strangers became wise guides of what was possible in my life. That event was the beginning of my eyes being open to goal setting and achievement. After participating in several more events like it, I became aware of a pattern. Whenever I was goal setting, I struggled to choose the specific things that I wanted. I found myself writing down instead what I wanted to experience. I would later learn that, of course, the two are connected, but I wasn't there yet. As I look back, I see how comparison can be inspiring and it can be paralyzing. Before you get back into forward motion, you need to go inside yourself. I recently heard a high-level business coach say that most people have a difficult time describing the life they want to have, but they can write pages and pages about what they can't have. We have so many stories we carry with us to support our beliefs about what's possible. Stories that happen to us or someone else, or stories of what we fear happening. Have you ever been there? What would happen if you wrote a new story for your future? How would you feel? The place to start is by getting quiet and uncovering what your unique qualities are and what you believe you were brought to the world to do. When you tap into your soul's calling, the journey from where you are to where you want to be will be one of more clarity and, as a result, more joy and less overwhelm. Because you'll be making choices and living your life from a place of your very own unique purpose. And that is what I'm most excited about connecting you to on this show. I hope you'll make the valuable investment in yourself because you are worthy of it. Big blessings on you and yours. Thank you so much for being here with me on the Connect podcast. If you like this episode, please share it with someone you think would enjoy it. Also, if you head over to iTunes to leave a review, I'd be so grateful. Let us know what your favorite parts were and what you'd like to hear more of. It will help us have a greater impact, elevating many more people to grow and succeed together. See you next time.